Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I was supposed to go live this morning at 10:45. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays at 10:45 ish. You can find me here live on Facebook. Wanted to come today and talk about life insurance and life insurance affordability. So one of my business partners posted an unfortunate situation. A woman who had been working had a stroke, no longer able to work, and she had to set up a GoFundMe to help pay her bills, right? Do me a favor, when you come in, like the video, love the video, say hello, say good afternoon, right? So, young woman has a stroke, or a woman, I don't know how her age. A woman had a stroke. She is now unable to work, and because she's unable to work, she needs help paying her bills. So my business partner posted the fact that, you know, it's unfortunate, but there is life insurance out there that had this woman known about it, had she had it, it would have helped through the power of living benefits. And he was grateful for the fact that he has living benefits, right? This is something that I learned. I am a licensed life insurance agent in multiple states. This is something that I learned about in 2019. I've always known about life insurance, right? My mother, my mom's life insurance agent used to come to the house. My grandmother had life insurance on her children, right? So I've always known about life insurance. And then I've said this before on my lives, a good friend of mine in college, he had an internship at Northwestern Mutual, and I was one of his first clients. So I had a life insurance policy at the age of 21. And I want to say when I started working and he switched over to Mass Mutual, I followed him over to Mass Mutual and became a client. And I was paying for life insurance as well as disability insurance, right? So I have an HR background. We work on these jobs and they provide us with disability, right? So it's like 66% of your income. That's great. Issue is we're barely living off of 100% of our income, many of us. So if we have to live off of 66% of our income, we're going to see some issues, right? So facts, data, the majority of bankruptcies are caused by medical debt. The number one leading cause of bankruptcy is medical debt. Number one leading cause of foreclosure is disability. People get GoFundMes for burials, right? And medical bills. So, 2019, a woman by the name of Rashada Blanchard Jones approaches me about a business opportunity, right? She's a licensed life insurance agent. She's working, actually it was 2018. It was 2018 when she approached me. At the beginning of 2019, I allowed her to use my platform, my wealth conference, to speak about what she was doing. Still had not sat down with her, but understanding the power of life insurance. Later on that year, I decided, you know what, let me partner up with her and join her in business for a money-making opportunity. And one of the first things that happened was me learning about life insurance with living benefits, right? So what was that commercial back in the day? I'm older than some people that may be watching, but it was like, I'm not, what did it say? I'm a client of my business, because I can't even think of what the saying is right now, right? So when I started out with a term policy, $500,000. Term meaning in 30 years, I will no longer, that policy expires, it's done, right? It's done. And I also got a permanent policy for, I want to say $125,000, right? So, but at the time, my insurable need was about 1.5 million. Thinking about, and I'll tell you why. So this year, a couple of months ago, I got an additional term policy of about $1.1 million, right? So what does that mean? If I pass away in the next 30 years, God forbid, my son or my beneficiary, my death benefit is $1.6 million, right? That's tax-free money that will go to my beneficiary. But the reason why I have $1.6 million in term, I don't know when my last day is. My father is in his 70s. My mom is in her 60s. Her mom is in her 80s. My grandma, my dad's mom lived to be in her 80s. Great grandmothers and aunts have lived to be 100. I plan to be around here for a while, right? Don't know what's going to happen, but I plan to be around here for a while. However, my dad's mom had Alzheimer's, right? My father has battled cancer. Thank you. I'm not only a client, but I'm also the president. Thank you, Tamika. I appreciate you. That's it, right? So I'm not only a client, I'm also an agency owner, right? I'm in business for this. So my grandmother had Alzheimer's. That's considered a chronic illness. My father battled colon cancer. That's considered a critical illness, right? So I have this history in my family, right? My mom's mom has health problems and a lot of other issues. So if I become ill or injured, right, within the next 30 years, I have access to up to 90% of $1.6 million that could potentially be cut to me in the form of a check in life, right? Real life example. But this title is, let me bring it back a little bit. Life insurance is not affordable for everyone, right? So my business partner, a young lady I went to high school with, she commented, everybody can't afford life insurance, right? And that is so, and I asked her, because she was like, but I'm just saying everybody can't afford it. And I said, I commented, I said, what's interesting to me is, when we think about affordability, nobody is thinking, can I afford to smoke cigarettes? Can I afford to smoke weed? Can I afford to buy a pint of liquor every day, right? Nobody is thinking about affordability then, right? First thing, the best time to get life insurance is when someone is born and they get a Social Security card. I can insure children through Mutual of Omaha. I am an appointed licensed agent with Mutual of Omaha for $4, $5, $6, $10 a month. Whole life policies. There are no term that I know of. None of the carriers that I work with offer term policies for children. Whole life permanent policy. That premium is forever. It does not go up. So $4 a month, right? Nobody thinks I can't afford to have kids. Some do, some don't. Not gonna get into all of that. But now that I'm here, I know that I'm going to die, but life insurance is not affordable, right? I'm gonna share something. I'm gonna get a little personal. I'm watching the time because I'm boiling some eggs. My grandmother had children who were self-sufficient and took care of themselves, did everything they were supposed to do. My grandmother had kids that were a little suspect, right? Same mama, same daddy. My grandmother had life insurance on her children who were a little suspect, right? She had life insurance. My grandmother has not worked since the 1990s. My grandmother is on a fixed income, right? If my granny can afford life insurance for herself and 2, 3 of her kids, you don't have to have a lot. So when my uncle passed away, my grandmother lost a kid, a son, she lost a kid. When my uncle passed away 4 years ago, my grandma said, he was in another state. He was in Minnesota, and we wanted to bring him back to Illinois. My grandma said, I have this policy. She said, I tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to have a GoFundMe, and we're not going to beg. What y'all going to do? My grandma, I call her the original. I call her the original gangster. That's a whole nother story. So it's myself, my mother, my grandmother's living children, her grandkids, right, and her great grandkids, because some of them are grown. And she said, y'all gonna figure out the rest, right? Because we chose to ship his body back from Minnesota. So the policy she had we buried him and did everything here, it would have, taken care of everything. But the fact is, she had it. And then she sat down with her kids and grandkids. We were all in my grandma's little apartment, and she was like, y'all gonna figure it out. We will not have a GoFundMe. We will not beg and borrow to bury one of ours, right? It's the mindset. I'm looking right now, $100,000 life insurance policy, term life insurance policy for an average male, 45 years old, 10 years, is $19.45 a month. $20. That's it. Right? $20. A friend of mine is 45 years old. He has a small life insurance policy. He's paying $30 a month. Life insurance can be affordable for everyone, but a part of the problem is we're having conversations with people that are not in a position to properly educate us. I can insure children for $4, $5, $6, $7, $8. I have clients who their kids may be 25. I say, cool, your kid is 25. This is true. One of the ladies, I quoted her, I want to say $15 a month standard for her daughter. That's 20-ish, right? 20-something. Her daughter came back preferred. She's paying $10 a month for a $100,000 policy for her kid, right? For her, her 20-ish year old, right? And I say by the time they're 35, they should have figured out life and be able to do their own thing. Then the great thing with a term policy, because we also offer permanent policies, the term can be converted without having to show evidence of insurability. Lavetta said, do you have to show a clean bill of health? Health is a factor when it comes to life insurance and what your premium is going to look like. So I'm going to answer your question. You don't have to have a clean bill of health, no, right? But the best time to get a life insurance policy is when our kids get their social security number outside of them being born with anything. That's the healthiest and the youngest you'll ever be. So your life insurance premium is based on age, sex, and health, right? So I just told you for $19.45, I can insure a 45-year-old average male, average height, weight, right? They understand people have this diabetes, high blood pressure, things like that, right? They understand that's gonna, that's going to exist. Your premium may increase or vary. These are standard quotes. You can be preferred, so you can be above average, you could be below average, right? There are things that factor into play. Weight factors into play. I was talking to a woman, she was 5'1", then she told me she was 300 pounds. I slowed down, right? Because some things predispose us, and the life insurance company is like, we don't have anything for her, this particular company. That's why the younger you are, the better and the least expensive it will be. So a 45-year-old man will pay $19.45 a month for $100,000 worth of coverage. A 25-year-old man would pay $12 for that same policy. Right? $12 for that same policy a month. A month. a month. Outside of somebody being homeless and truly impoverished, who can't afford $12, $20 a month to ensure that when they pass away, their family doesn't have to have a GoFundMe and they can leave something potentially behind to their kids? Or if they become ill or injured, they will get, if it's a chronic illness, these policies pay out a monthly amount. If it's a critical illness, the policy pays out a lump sum, up to 90% of the death benefit. So my $1 million death benefit policy, if something on a category 4 severe illness happened to me, that policy would pay out almost $900,000 to me tax-free, that I can use for my medical expenses, my mortgage, whatever it may be, to have in-home health care, whatever I need, right? Life insurance is more than a death benefit. I was just on a webinar the other day with a company that I'm appointed with, but I haven't really used. They have a feature built in that if a parent has life insurance through them and passes away while they have a minor child, they will pay the new guardian $900 a month. They have child support built into the life insurance policy. $900 a month up till age 18. Then when the child turns 18, they'll kick in up to $6,000 a year for college. Life insurance is more than a death benefit, right? And it's affordable. And here's the thing, right? My timer is going to go off, so I'm going to walk away real quick, but I'll come right back. Men pay more than women. So policies are based on age, sex, and health, the premium, right? So a woman, a 20-year-old female, is paying $11 a month. So she saves $1 just from being a woman, right? A 45-year-old woman, the man was paying what? We said $19.45. Yes, I'm sitting here with my computer ready. And you asked about a clean bill of health. A woman would pay $17. A 45-year-old woman, $100,000 term policy, 10-year, she's paying $17 a month. No, you do not have to have a clean bill of health. The healthier, the better, right? So I quote standard rates. I have people that are healthier, and then I get to tell them, oh, your premium will be lower because you're healthy. And the thing is, because COVID is going on right now, hold on one second, I'm not leaving you all. Just don't want y'all to hear this beeping. Boiled me an egg to go with my salad. Because of COVID, I'm seeing less parameds being ordered. What's a paramed? When you apply for a life insurance policy, depending on the face amount or the death benefit, the higher it is, the life insurance company may say, okay, we need to send a paramed out to take your blood, your urine sample, etc., read your blood pressure, right? And I'll tell you all why once I finish this train of thought. I've seen less parameds being ordered. When I got my $1 million policy, no paramed was ordered. And I just got that policy, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago. It was August, September, I want to say August. In August, I went and got that policy, right? No paramed came out. So this is a great time to apply for life insurance because they're not necessarily requiring paramedics. They are able to look at your medical records. They're looking at your driving record and things like that. Why is this? So let's say I apply for life insurance today and I say that I'm going to pay my premium today, or I give the life insurance company permission to automatically take my premium, right? And I apply for this $1 million policy. Not I, someone. They apply for $1 million policy December 11, 2020, right? And God forbid they pass away December 18th, 2020, right? God forbid. A week later, they pass away. Life insurance company decides that they were going to insure them. Perfectly healthy, clean bill of health, freak accident, they pass away. The life insurance company is going to pay out the $1 million death benefit less the first month's premium, right? So the life insurance company takes on more risk in the beginning, right? You think about it, I'm paying $17 a month for $100,000 in death benefit. I'm going to use 15 because that's the easier number for me. So I'm paying $15 a month for $100,000 death benefit. In 2 years, I've paid $600 worth of premium. If I pass away, if the individual passes away month 49, there's a 2-year contestability period. They pass away month 49, they paid $600 in premium. The life insurance company is cutting a check for $100,000, right? So not only is life insurance affordable, it makes sense financially. Now, we have been talking about term rates, right? The reason why I'm talking about term rates is because term is more affordable. When I sit down with clients, I educate them on the different types of life insurance. I don't just sell one type of life insurance. I have a term policy. I have 2 term policies, actually, and a permanent policy. And I'm about to get another policy with the company that pays college tuition. And they just have a lot of extra benefits and features for their clients. They have a one-time $300 emergency payout. If something happens, you can literally call them up like, hey, this is what's going on, and they're going to send you money. And they have some other great benefits for their clients, right? So we've been talking about term life insurance because the conversation was about life insurance being affordable. Term life insurance goes up to 30 years. A term can be renewed depending on how old you are, right? But when it comes to life insurance, term life insurance is the most affordable. When it comes to insuring children, we can get a life insurance policy on our kids right now, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 just in case, because things happen. Pay as little as $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 a month. That's affordable, right? A meal at McDonald's is $10. A meal at Wendy's is $10. Sacrifice one going to McDonald's to pay a life insurance policy a month. $20 for an adult. A bus ride in Chicago back and forth is $5 for one bus ride. So when people talk about affordability, and I'm going to say it again, people never say, damn, you can't afford to smoke them cigarettes. You could pay $12 for a pack of squares for one, and you smoke a pack a day? Nicotine smokers definitely pay more for life insurance, right? Nicotine smokers pay more. If you're thinking about quitting, we have something called an annual renewable term. We can quote you. That means that your premium will increase every year, but it'll be lower. So the annual renewable term for the 45-year-old woman that may be a smoker will be $10.12. But that next year, her premium is going to increase. But if these 12 months she commits to stop smoking, she can pay $120 for the entire year for $100,000 of death benefit. But if something happens, she could also potentially tap into up to 90% of living benefit for a chronic illness like Alzheimer's, like my grandma had, for a critical illness like cancer that my father had, or a stroke, heart attack, and other things that happen, right? So life insurance can absolutely be affordable. If you want to slide in my inbox, I will give you a quote. Quotes are based on, it's a standard. I quote people standard, meaning you are standard height, weight, health, like the majority of people, right? When we start talking about I'm 5'1" and 300 pounds, 250 pounds, or, you know, I'm 5'1", but I'm 165 pounds, but I have diabetes, high blood pressure, and I'm stage 1 kidney, whatever, then yes, premiums change, right? Standard rates is what I'm talking about. But having the conversation to get an understanding, this is something we can't afford to have. I'm on my phone, so I can't show it. I have insurance. Well, I have insurance on my phone. I have insurance on my phone. I have insurance on my car. I have insurance on my house, right? People get jewelry insured, right? Renters should have insurance. We should have some sort of insurance on our lives. Period. For me, it's not up for debate or discussion, and it's not because I'm a licensed life insurance agent. So, I am Jamesia Jonay. Thank you for tuning in to this live. Like the video, love the video. I show people how to use other people's money to pay their mortgage, create cash flow, generate generational wealth, and protect their assets. Danielle Pierce interviewed me on her platform on YouTube. That interview goes into detail about term versus perm, other features of life insurance. It is on my Linktree site, so the link is available on my bio, but I'm also going to drop it in the comments, so you can go to my Linktree. You'll scroll down, you click on the video, and it'll automatically start playing on the platform. I think I'm gonna change it where it actually goes over to YouTube for individuals. So if you want more information just by watching a video, you can do that. I also encourage you, if you're watching this video, you're married, single, have children, and you do not have life insurance outside of your job, connect with me or someone that you know, like, and trust that is a licensed life insurance agent. I prefer they look like us. That's just me. That's how I roll. I support mine first, right? It doesn't have to be me, but it should definitely be somebody, preferably somebody that looks like you, whether you're Black, Hispanic, whatever, Puerto Rican, whatever, right? But have the conversation and don't put it off. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us, right? Tomorrow is definitely not promised. Have the conversation. Be prepared to make a decision, right? You don't have to pay that day. It takes about a week or two to get approved. I've had some people that are super healthy get approved in like 2 days. It takes about a week or two to get approved, so it takes a little while before you pay that first premium, but you can get insured as early as today, right? So I'm Jamesia Jonay. Like the video, love the video, share the video. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Have an awesome, awesome Financial Freedom Friday. December is going by so freaking fast. Christmas will be here before we know it. Have a great day.